Look, everyone wants to have a successful online business, and that's probably why you clicked on this video. But let's be honest, building a successful online business, or any business for that matter, takes a lot of time. It's risky, it doesn't happen overnight. It could take months or years, and you may not even make it on your first try. But what if you need the money now? You got bills to pay, or you just want to quit your job so badly? So what is the fastest thing that you can do to generate income online without having to quit your 9 to 5? And the advice I always give to my students is to offer your skill as a service. Now, when I say that, I don't mean labor work like gardening or garbage bin cleaning, but offering your skill or talent as a service, and specifically for online creators. Now, you might be asking, why creators? Well, as we all know, new creators on social media are popping up everywhere. The creator economy in 2024 is valued at $155 billion and expected to exceed $525 billion in 2030. And that's just 5 years away. It means that creators are growing fast. They've got the money to spend and they need help to keep up with that massive growth. And that's where we come in. So today I want to share with you the top 4 skills that are in very high demand right now that creators are desperately looking for. And as a creator myself, this is actually secretly my wish list as well. Now, why do I think this is a great idea? Well, number 1, you don't need any capital to start. Number 2, you get the money immediately after the service is rendered. The tasks are repeatable, which means that you get recurring revenue every month. No, this is not a typical video where I just tell you what the jobs are, but I'm also going to show you some advanced tactics on how to write a highly converting email that will get you the deals quicker. And this is actually a real email used by a person I know that has landed him jobs that now make him $15,000 a month. And this works with any freelancing job. So let's dive in. Number 1 is Twitter ghostwriting. So what is a ghostwriter? Basically, a copywriter who writes in the style of another creator for the purpose of growing that account. And in this case, on Twitter. Now, this job is in very high demand because a lot of established creators on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, when they reach a certain point, they're looking to expand their reach, and Twitter or LinkedIn would be the next platform to target. But now the problem is many of them just don't have the time to do it themselves. Your job is to help them do that by taking their existing content and repurpose them into writing. And in this case, tweets or LinkedIn posts. Now, you'll notice that I mentioned a specific platform like Twitter or LinkedIn. So the strategy here is that you don't want to go broad, but niche down to a specific platform. If you're offering LinkedIn ghostwriting, be an expert on that platform. Now, this might sound counterintuitive for some of you because you're probably thinking, wouldn't that just limit the number of customers that you can target? Why don't I go broad and target everyone? So imagine if I was a creator in the fitness niche looking to grow my following on LinkedIn. So person A might say, I'm a social media copywriter, versus person B that says, I'm a ghostwriter for fitness brands on LinkedIn. Who do you think I'll hire? I think the choice is obvious. Because when you niche down, you're not only a ghostwriter, but you're also an expert in the niche and the platform. So get good on a specific platform. For example, if you want to learn how to grow LinkedIn, I highly recommend Justin Welsh's course on LinkedIn. I think it's around $99 at the moment. It's not expensive. I believe it's a great way to invest in yourself by adding more skills. Skills that will land you more clients. Now, I'm not affiliated with Justin. I just think that he really has good stuff. Now, not every creator would be interested in growing on Twitter or LinkedIn. So you don't want to start mass emailing all creators. But if you were to do this, I recommend offering your service specifically for creators who offer a product or a service. For example, you don't want to target creators who are doing lifestyle vlogs or pranks, but you want to target education channels, maybe with a digital product to sell coaching programs or newsletters. As for these creators, expanding to new platforms means more eyeballs to their digital products. And more eyeballs means more money. Now, how do I find these clients? So the best way to find clients is not through Fiverr or Upwork. Because I think if you're starting from zero, it takes a lot of time to get a first client because you'll have 0 reviews and you're competing with those who already have tons of reviews. So what I would do is go direct to consumer. So if you're targeting YouTubers, you can search for your favorite creator. Go to their profile or description box and you want to check for 2 things. Number 1, check if the creator don't already have a Twitter or LinkedIn presence. And number 2, check if they're selling a digital product, like a course, newsletter, or coaching program. If you can check both boxes, that's a prime target. Now, I can confidently say that this skill is in high demand right now because I have a lot of creator friends who are also desperately looking for this exact service. And in fact, I'm also looking for one. So If you find a creator that you want to work with, find their email and pitch your service. And I'm also going to show you how to write that email in just a few minutes. Now, my favorite part about this idea is that it's not a one-off service. If you're offering a logo design service, that's a one-off transaction. But since this is creating content, which means that it's a repeatable service that generates recurring revenue for you. So if you're able to land just a few clients, and provided that they love your writing, they're going to pay you every month. For example, if you're able to charge $1,000 for 30 days worth of content, you just need 5 clients to make $5,000 every month. And second, because it's recurring, your revenue is predictable and you just need a small number of clients that you service every month. And once you get good at this, you can use apps like Hypefury to schedule tweets in advance and even repurpose them to other platforms like Instagram. Number 2, community managers. So online communities have been blowing up recently, with Alex Hormozi announcing his platform School, a place where you can host an online community. So here you want to target those creators who offer a coaching or a digital course, because they would naturally want to build a community for their members that have the same goals to share ideas, share progress, etc. Now, a typical job for a community manager is probably to respond to member questions, moderate posts, manage the onboarding process, everything related to that community. Now, a good community manager should have the basic understanding of the niche. Obviously, you don't need to be an expert, otherwise you'll become the creator. And plus, you gotta have really good organizational skills. Now, when you're pitching, make sure that you also know the platform that the creator is using. Is it School or Circle.so or Kajabi? Because if you know how to use that software, it's a plus point for you. Now, we can look at this from a different angle as well, because you can find creators that do not already have a community set up yet and actually pitch them on the opportunity. Or maybe they understand the opportunity, but they're just holding it off because they don't have the time or they haven't found the right person to manage it. And with any freelance job you wish to get into, you will need a place to showcase your portfolio, to show that you actually know what you're doing. You don't want to use Google Drive or PDF to show your work, because that wouldn't look professional. So I'd recommend having a simple website for this. And if you want the best and affordable option, I'd recommend Hostinger, which is also a sponsor of this video. Because with Hostinger, you don't need to be a coder or a designer to have a professional looking website. Now, I don't want this to be overcomplicated, because if you're just getting started, I'd rather have you focus on getting your first clients. But if you need a website, I think this is the easiest and affordable option, where you can have a website for $2.99 a month. So let me just quickly show you how easy this is. So as you can see here, Hostinger has 3 different pricing options. I think the business plan gives you the best bang for your buck, because with one single account, you can create 100 websites. So if you click add to cart here, you can now choose the payment period. Obviously, the longer the plan, the cheaper it becomes on a monthly basis. Now, this is completely up to you, but just to let you know that even if you go for the longest period, Hostinger has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, or you decide not to pursue the business, you can just cancel it and get a refund. Now, if you scroll down a bit more and you enter my code just like this, you'll get an additional 10% off the already low price here. Now, once you've signed up, you get 2 options on how you can create your website. You can use the AI builder, where you can just write a simple prompt like this, pick the style of the website, and when you hit create a website, in just less than a minute, you'll have a website ready. Now, the other way is to use one of their 150 designer templates. I like this option because you can already see what they look like in terms of the theme and the font. And like I said, I don't want to spend too much time thinking about the font, image placement, and all that. So I personally like this option. I like to find something that's usually minimalist. So let's just click use template. And you can see that everything is already built out exactly how I want it. Now, I did spend about 30 minutes to change all the text, and here's what I was able to come up with. And that's not bad, right? Now that we have the website ready, the next important step is to get a domain. Now, the most common domain we know is a .com domain, but you probably know that many times the name that we want is not available. So if I type in Jason Lee, it's not available here. I always have to end up adding words like the Jason Lee or Jason Lee Services, which makes the domain quite wordy and hard to remember. Now, since we're building a portfolio website, the other option is getting a .online domain. And no, this is not some cheap secondary domain, because it's actually the world's 2nd largest domain extension. Now, if you decide to go with this domain, you can just go to the link below, type in your domain name, and see if it's available. So if it's available, I'm gonna hit proceed, and you can see that if you use my coupon code Jason Lee, it's automatically applied and allows you to get this domain for 99 cents for your first year. Now, full disclaimer, it is an affiliate link, but you do get that huge discount. So I have a friend, Josh, who aspires to be a creator on YouTube. But he knows that making money on YouTube can take a while. But he needed the money now, and he told me that he used to edit videos on his previous job. So I advised him that the best path for him to take is to offer his video editing skills as a service. Now this is beneficial for him in two ways. Number one, he gets the money right away. There's no waiting to get monetized. Provide a service and you get paid. And if the client loves your work, he will continue to get paid month after month. And number two, because he aspires to be a creator one day, why not work with an established creator? Because you get to see firsthand on how they operate. Because essentially they're doing the experiments, taking all the risks, and you get to see what works and what doesn't. You get to see how they structure their videos, their upload schedule, their entire growth strategy. So when he does start his own channel, he's already a few steps ahead, and he has that unfair advantage against other people who's starting from zero. So long story short, he did exactly that, and he recently told me that he's now making around $6,500 from selling his video editing service, and he's about to start his own channel. And his plan is when the channel starts to bring in revenue, he can either dial down his services or he can hire freelancers to fulfill the services for him. And now he gets two sources of income. Now, if you're offering your skill as a service, like I said, I wouldn't recommend doing it on Fiverr or Upwork unless you already have a portfolio there with reviews. Because if you're targeting YouTube creators, the good news is that you can contact them directly via email. But the worst thing you can do is to mass email all these creators, because that's just not going to get you anywhere. Because I always get emails like this: "Hey Jason, I love your content. I have a way to increase your retention. I'm an experienced video editor and I'd love to work with you. If you need an editor, please book a call with me." So a couple of things wrong with this email. Everybody's sending the same exact email. It looks like a template. And I'm sorry to say, nobody's actually going to book a call. And coming from a creator myself, I literally get about 20-30 emails a day. And you need a compelling reason why I should book a call. Now, instead, here's an email that works. So I used to freelance as well, selling web design services before, and now I'm also a creator, so I've been on both sides. Now, I want to show you a real email from a creator friend that I have, and I've got the permission to share this, and this is really a gold star. "Hey Jake, I've been following you on YouTube for a while now, and I love your content. I'll be honest, it's hard to be productive when you have so much to juggle with every day, but your tips on procrastination makes a lot of sense, and I've shared that video with a friend and she loved your ideas as well. Anyway, I've subscribed to your channel for a month now, and I've only seen 2 uploads so far, although those 2 videos were great. So I'm curious if you script and edit your videos yourself and just don't have time to upload more. More videos equal faster growth equals more money." Now, before I continue reading, let's break down what we have so far. One thing that I love about this email is that it's casual and conversational. You don't have any long paragraphs. It's broken down into short sentences and it's easy to skim through, and it's very personalized. Now, number 2, the next section shows that he's done the research. He watched some videos and actually shared that video with a friend. Now, as a creator, I can tell you that sharing a video is an engagement metric on YouTube. So the creator would have loved that. And it also implies that he's already giving something before asking for anything. And speaking of giving, in the next paragraph, he also said that he subscribed to the channel, and who wouldn't like that? Now, if you noticed here that he also sneakily mentioned a problem in that same sentence by saying that he only saw 2 uploads. And obviously he didn't want to offend the creator, and he wanted to make this more subtle, so he added, "although those 2 videos were great." Amazing, right? So next, now you see that instead of assuming what the problem was, he just posed the question, "What are you struggling with? Is it time? Do you need to delegate?" Now let's continue reading. "If you're wondering who I am, I'm Tyler. I help YouTube creators write the script to their videos, edit videos, design thumbnail images, write high converting titles, basically anything that you'd like to delegate as a creator." So this is where he finally came in with a pitch, and here he listed all his services. And this allows the creator to see maybe he doesn't need an editor, maybe he needs a scriptwriter or a thumbnail designer. Let's move on. "I haven't publicly announced this yet, but I'd like to give you an offer. If you don't see any results or don't like what we produce for 30 days, you'll get your money back. This way you have nothing to lose but a lot to gain." Now, I think this is really smart too, because he's just created a no-brainer offer with a money-back guarantee. But obviously this will depend on the type of service that you're offering. But just think of a software that is on a subscription basis. They usually give you a 30-day money-back guarantee or free trial, because they want you to try it, and if you're hooked on a product, you're going to be a paying customer for months or even years. And the last part, he writes, "If you'd like to see how I produce talking head videos for other huge creators, you can check them out here. Obviously, we'll produce the videos according to your style. Anyway, if you're ever hiring for your team, please let me know so I can apply." Now this section is where he added some credibility by saying that he's worked with huge creators, and he also linked to his own portfolio with videos he's done in the past. And please note that it's actually not a link to his entire portfolio, but it actually linked to the just talking head videos, because he knows that the creator only does talking head videos. Yes, it's a minor detail, but it just shows that he took the extra step to make it relevant. Then he ended the email with a soft pitch, if you ever need. He didn't say, if you want to hire a video editor, let's have a call. But he said it in a subtle, non-aggressive way. If you ever need to hire, I'd like to apply. Now, the purpose of me showing you this is not for you to copy this email, but to show you what a highly converting email looks like. If you were just to copy this, obviously your email will now be the same as other people's emails. So my advice is to take the bullet points here and create your own version of the email. And remember, we're not trying to get hundreds or thousands of customers. You just need a small number of customers who continue to pay you for this service month after month. Now, the fourth idea is thumbnail design. Now, you might think that this is a service that a video editing agency could easily provide, but it actually requires a different skill set. Anyone can call themselves a thumbnail designer, but a really good thumbnail designer must understand two things. You have to be able to not only have the technical skills to design, but understand the psychology of what makes a person click on a thumbnail. Now, I love this idea because your performance can be measured by real data. For me, I always split test my thumbnails, so I always have 2 thumbnails for every video that I upload. I run an A/B test for 2 weeks and see which one's better. So when I say your performance can be measured, you can actually use this to your advantage. You can tell your customers that you can create better thumbnails, which allows you to create a money-back offer if your thumbnails don't perform better than the original thumbnail. So it's really a win-win for both client and yourself. Now, if you're wondering, I found that thumbnail design services, the really good ones, could range from $80 to $150 per thumbnail. So if you just take $100 per thumbnail and you can do 50 thumbnails a month, that's $5,000 a month. And remember, creators need thumbnails every single month. Now, you're probably starting to think, if I'm able to grow my freelance business to maybe $5,000, but I'm working my ass off 30, 40 hours a week, I just created myself another 9-to-5 job. Because you're technically now trading your time for money. How do I reduce the work that I have to do manually, but also scale the business to maybe $20,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 a month? Now that sounds insane, but that's exactly what Brett Williams did. He was able to scale a graphic design service to $100,000 a month, or $1.2 million a year. And the crazy thing is that he's still the only person running it. His secret, instead of charging per project, he charges his clients on a subscription basis. So if you're curious, I recently did a video on the full breakdown of how he was able to do this, so you can take the strategies and use it for your own. So if you want to watch that video, click here and I will see you there.